Hmm. I wonder if I should have checked audio first. That is weird in Mousecast today. The live stream, like at the very beginning, my mic was all deep fried. I don't even know if it is right now. But it's like, it's fine in Discord. It's fine to Elo and to Daz. Oh, I forgot to message this guy. Oops. There's a guy who wanted to know about switches. But anyway, I don't have a whole lot of time because my brother-in-law might be coming over. He wanted my help fixing like an ice maker or something that he has. So I'm happy to help. But I don't really know when he's going to be coming over. Plus he's like a half-hour drive. Okay. Turn off my speaker. Y'all don't need to hear that. Turn off the audio here. Beautiful. And let's get started. Ooh, it's toasty in here. Ooh, it's toasty. Okay. Zaopin Z11. If you guys don't know, it's a larger egg. Larger than the Z1. Z1 I have here in yellow. Z11 I have here in white. So, the Z11 was released, I don't know, a couple months ago. There's a 3311 and a 3395 variant. I got the 3395 variant. I paid like $29 shipped from AliExpress for this. The 3311 variant can be had way cheaper, like before cashback coupons and everything. They're like 18 bucks. So if you're looking for like a pretty affordable egg shape, I think this is actually really good. I also have an MCHO's G3 here, which is a copy of the Logitech G305, right? Basically one-to-one copy. So, talking shape, yeah, it's pretty much a larger Z1, which is, I guess, to be expected. The Z1 has a little bit more of a deeper, like, thumb curve and this little wing here that flares out at the bottom. The Z11 still has that, but it's not as pronounced. Maybe 50% less. Yeah. Yeah, it's noticeably less, but it's still way different than, like, the G3 or G305, which just has, like, a rounded... It's rather unnatural feeling, like, to be honest. It kind of, when you squeeze, it kind of pushes your fingers down towards the pad, which, I don't know, maybe some people like that. If you hold up higher, though, you're going to like this more. Otherwise, the right side of the mouse, it's just like the Z1. It's rounded over. It's going to feel rather rounded. There is like this interesting, I don't know if the camera's, if it's really coming through on the camera. There's like a little bit of like a flatness. It's kind of tough. Maybe the yellow shows it better. I don't think so. Yeah. Slight comfort grooves in the buttons. More down lower though. Not really up where you actually click. Build quality. So there's no coating, which instantly makes it feel kind of cheap. But like build quality wise, I think it's passable. It does feel like a good 3311 mouse. Like, I mean, there isn't really... I have a little bit of a creak up here. Nothing back here. Nothing here. The base is surprisingly solid for the weight. I think the weight's around 52, 53 grams. We'll check that in a moment. Like, side-to-side wobble on the buttons. Actually quite good. Yeah, middle mouse... no real rattle. Side buttons, some teeter-totter, not really significant sinking, maybe a little bit on the front button, but they don't protrude the most, and they don't have a textural difference. They're still textured, which doesn't feel great. Click feel. I'm honestly quite disappointed. The Z1 came with a really nice implementation of Huano transparent blue shell pink dots. I put Armored Opticals in this, and they feel quite nice. In this, there's... I don't even know what switches we're using. We'll open it up and find out. They feel hollow, kind of cheap. They bottom out a bit too early, too. And the way they bottom out, there's like a bit of crunchiness that doesn't feel great. My right mouse feels better than my left. My left feels... It's actually kind of tough to spam. It's not like sticky. I don't know. I don't like how it feels, though. That's kind of a bummer. The Z1 definitely feels... Well, I guess there's like less wobble on the main clicks. And you do get your DPI LED back at the front, at the top of the mouse here. I think the thing that just makes the Z11 feel cheaper than the Z1 is the lack of a coating. I just can't get over that. I mean, uncoated mice this day and age just feel so cheap. It is an inexpensive mouse, so there's that. Dongle storage is nice to see, while they still retain decent sized gates. Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz on the bottom, which the Z1 did not have that. And then DPI button also over here. Forward biased sensor position too. I don't know how the G305 is, but definitely more forward than the G3 here. And also the length, you can see the length is similar, but honestly, the G305 feels longer. Maybe that's just because the hump doesn't taper off as abruptly. The Z11 does feel wider, that's for sure, especially since this tapers in. And then skates. Let's actually peel these skates off. I haven't even plugged this thing and turned it on. That's actually a bad idea. I should, hang on. Let me plug it in and turn it on and actually verify that this thing works. I don't want to have like a dead on arrival mouse and then I go to return it to AliExpress. Okay, DPI is a little low. That might be... Okay, this feels better. This is 1600 here. Okay. I could do a quick little paint test. Funny thing, I still have the paint open from Elo Shapes' mousecast today. Did you guys watch that? Oh man, the skates with the... See, my start-stop is because I still have the plastic on the skates. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's any angle snapping, so that's good. Yeah. The skates are making it kind of hard to keep good control of it, but there's like a lot of start-stop. That's, again, the skates, not the sensor. Yeah, again, I got the 3395 version for like 29... What did I pay? 2901 is what I paid. Oh my gosh, the pixels are barely coming through. Yeah, well, pixels, there we go. Okay, back to this. Let's do a little disassembly here. Yeah, there's not a lot of info online on this mouse, so I figured I would be the first. That's why I wanted to get this out. I actually have so many other projects to the side over here that I need to get into. Unfortunately, the X2H that has like really nice crispy ratios that I modded, I think I'm going to revert this back and sell it. Unfortunately, I just have too many X2Hs. And with the medium now being available, I'm not going to buy one. But it certainly has me being like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't hold on to quote-unquote outdated. What is this, like, focus effects blur? What the heck? I don't want a blur function. Find a subject? No, can I just have, like, normal camera functions, please? Oh, portrait. Okay. I'm a boomer. And I will... The dongle does not have any branding on it. I believe the other Zaopin... Sorry, that Windows noise was me. The other Zaopin dongles also do not have a... Yeah, it's off. Also do not have a... 53 grams with the little dongle door. Okay. Let's try one of my new skate scrapers. AliExpress special. The edge is kind of borked on that one, huh? There's probably a way. I could probably like sandwich this in like a vise to, or use a knife to sharpen it, but I have 20 of them, so I'm just gonna grab a fresh one. Yep, skates are recessed. We do not have a flat bottom. Bummer. The skates here, if you guys want to see the skates, maybe I should peel some of the plastic off. Yeah, they're actually decent. You know, I didn't even give my thoughts on the skates before peeling them. Hang on. The sensor ring in the middle is actually decently rounded and sits proud, so that's good. It's not just... I feel like some of these manufacturers, the sensor ring has been an afterthought, like on this G3 here. It's not even rounded, and it doesn't even sit beyond the recess that it's in. Okay. Okay, let's try it on a faster pad. They are slow skates, for sure. They kind of have that, like... You see how they're kind of like clear, plasticky? Like slight bluish gray tint to them. Yeah, they're a very smooth skate. I can barely see skiving marks. They are rounded. Yeah, I'd say they're good. They're gonna be slow. They're gonna be like a good slow skate if that's what you're into. There we go. I don't even know how... We don't have anyone in chat. Can somebody say something in chat, like, at least saying that, like, your audio's good, Phalanges? Did it post to... It did post to the Discord. Okay. No. Slick Club. Audio is good. Okay. No. Pizza. Alright. Thank you, Slick. Hiya. I'm gonna guess this is gonna bring it up to 1.52 grams. Ah, a little short. I did not mean for Mousecast to go for 3.5 hours today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Elo. He's such a busy guy. 1.53 on the skates. Cool. Oh, I didn't talk about scroll wheel and little mouse. So the Z1 and Z11, they seem to use the same scroll wheel. It's like rather large. It feels notchier on my Z11, on my Z1. Z11 feels a little bit smoother. We'll see if they're both using a TTC Gold dust. This is using a TTC Gold non-dust proof, I believe. But I think I swapped this for a Alps. It was an interesting conversation with the Elo guy. Oh, good. Yeah, it's the second time having him on. Honestly, it was like a little bit forced at some point because I meant to get him on for the mousepad database debut thing, like to help promote that, but maybe it's a good thing because like he said, did you catch the part where he said he might have been a little bit premature with it? I mean, that's so hard to tell, you know, but yeah, measuring mousepad friction is way more complex than what people think. There's maybe not complex like scientifically, just in the sheer number of dependent variables. It's hard to control for one thing and still have meaningful results. So like we talked about, I mentioned like exclusively testing the surface. So using like an Uber skate and only testing the surface. And he brought up a really good point, which was, oh, did I take a picture of the bottom here? Which was, you know, he's a product website, not a research website. So testing the surface doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when there are, oh, this is an ugly PCB, when there are a bunch of different firmnesses and he wants to capture that. That is an ugly PCB. I'm around 100 million mechanicals. Oh, no wonder these feel like crap. Yeah. And we have a no-name F-switch encoder. It is lubricated. Yeah, and we have room for a 3-pin. Yeah, this just looks cheap. I'm sorry. We have a Compex MCU. At least I did indeed get a 3395 version, not no 3311 version. Yeah, it just looks like a large PCB, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, depending on the user is that's something that you can test out. You can have that as an independent variable, which is like the amount of force that you push down on the mouse. That's fine. It's meaningless to test that. I don't think anyone would expect him to either. All I think people would want is a reasonable set of assumptions and to get a comparison point there. Okay. Battery is a GST 1.0 BTR pinout. Rather long cable here. This is a 300 milliamp hour. Bummer, we're not going to get a big weight savings then. That's kind of disappointing to see. Yeah, 300 milliamp hour. Like, if it were me doing it, I think personally I would test, like, if it were me, it would be to test surfaces. Like, I would basically just want the hardest version of every pad that I can get and test it with an Uber skate, something large surface area. And then I would probably separately publish a like, how does 200 grams on a mouse affect friction with 3 different pad firmnesses, and I would have that as like a blog post so that, I don't know. But again, he is a product website. Remember, he makes money from like affiliate commission, and he really wants it to be. I mean, like financial incentive aside, he just really wants it to be like a shopping tool. Whereas I'm looking at more is it like a learning tool? But I mean, he says the requests he gets are a lot of them are just simply like, give me something to recommend something to me. So PCB is a little bit disappointing to see it so large. I guess it's not. I guess it's large compared. It's not like large in the grand scheme of mouse PCBs. It's just large for a mouse this small, which I don't think this is a small mouse. Egg mice, they have a wide waist. You know, it's like an inverted taper. So it's like an inverted hourglass, if you will. So 6.5 grams on the battery. So they feel a little bit bigger than what they actually are. Just because where your fingers go ends up being kind of wide. I never asked anyone, but how do you guys feel about background music during Mousecast? That was something that Daz and I added, what, maybe 10, 15 episodes ago or so? Maybe not even that long ago. It just simply came from me doing my live streams. The part that sucks is I've had 1 or 2 Mousecasts get demonetized because even though I chose a DMCA free music playlist, somebody copyright claimed them still. Which just means that you guys still get served ads, but I don't get any of the money from it. And again, Mousecast isn't like lucrative. I think I checked my AdSense the other day. In 60, we just did 65 episodes of Mousecast, right? And I have earned something like $76, $75. So I guess if you average it out, it's like it's like $1 an episode. I literally probably consume that much electricity. But I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, I'm on mechanicals, huh? I'm gonna prop this up for the photo. Prop for the photo up. Prop the up. Prop up. Also kind of weird is I had somebody DM me during the show on Reddit or on Discord being like, hey, did you see my message about wallhack? And I was like, oh no, did I miss something? Like, was there news that I'm not covering? And the dude is just had an opinion on a wallhack, not really something at all worth like addressing live. So on the one hand, it's like, thank you guys for watching out for me and contributing live, but also Mousecast is not like a place for people to just want me to, I don't know. I guess this is on me. This is on me. I gotta not accept. On the one hand, I want to read all the DMs, but on the other hand, it's also like, read the room, guys. The people who like ask for mouse recommendations during the live stream, it's, I don't know, is that, I'm not out of touch, right? It's the people like it's like a in the news segment and somebody's just like, yo, what's a mouse that's similar to the Final Mouse Large? You know, I don't know. It's just like a little bit off, like, read the room, dude. If, you know, I very much appreciate those questions during live streams like this. But not during not during a news show, a podcast show. Encoder is 11 millimeters. I'll for sure swap that. I'm probably going to swap the middle mouse too. It seems to be a little bit taller. I think I have a replacement switch for this, but I have the room for a 3-pin. So I'll do a 3-pin. Yeah, as long as this can be well centered, which it does look like we have a decent centering. How does the scroll wheel fit in here? Oops. So the reason why centering matters, oh, that is very nicely centered. Oh, good, is because the plunger on a, right, I'm going to be going from a circular plunger to a horizontal one, so that axle is going to have less surface area, you know? I should do the all armor optical mouse. Put armor optical even in the even in the middle mouse. Hello guys, what is best mouse? Yes, what is the middle mouse switch? Yeah, it's just a little black square. It's a taller one though. You can see it is taller than the. There you go. A little bit taller. Base weight. I did not get a base weight. And then what else am I missing? Base weight PCB. I got side button. 8.46 grams for the base is pretty lightweight. It's kind of a smaller base too though. And I guess that it was excluding the, oh well, I accidentally excluded the cover door. That's okay. The world will continue on. Yeah, just the lack of a coating just feels cheap, bro. Yeah, that's really all it is. Alright. I'm going to polish. I'll get to soldering later. We're going to polish first. We're going to do the boring thing first while there's only 5 people watching. Sorry, you guys get the short stick end of the stick. Okay. Do you guys save your, like, packaging material that you're receiving? I don't know. Maybe just me because I do eBay stuff, but particularly mouse pads. I was about to throw out my 10 to X. Okay, so I tend to keep boxes and everything when I think I'm going to resell it. Like, especially when I'm going to resell it, right? Should I do this over something plastic? I probably should. Where's my super suit? Here it is. So if I know I'm going to resell something, I want to keep it in the box both to protect the product and because, you know, you get a few more clicks on it. It's a little bit better for everyone. You can maybe ask $1 or 2 more and really just it makes the person happier and make like they're getting more of a new product. The problem is they take up a lot of space, all these boxes. So I typically keep all of them, but then I mod things into oblivion, and I have all these cheap Chinese mice that nobody cares about, like this Zaopin that I'm going to sand here, and now this thing's going to be worth, like... I bought it for 29 bucks, and I'm going to be able to sell it for, like, 20. So then after shipping, everything is only, like, $10. So it's like... anyway. Mouse pads. Mousepad boxes stack well, but I'm at the point where my little under-the-bed storage system is full. So now I am considering throwing some of my mousepad boxes out. And the first one I grabbed, I was like, oh, 10 to X Jinsoku. This is a pad I'm never going to sell because I got it as a gift. And it's actually a phenomenal pad. Like, if I had to main a pad, it would be way up there on the list. And I don't just say it's my favorite pad ever because that's kind of unfair because there are a lot of good products up there. But let me grab... Where did I put it? Oh, yeah, here we go. We just dox my address real quick, too, while I'm at it. There we go. So the 10 to X pad, I'll hold that up in the side camera here. Right? That's the packaging that it came in. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw this out. I don't need it. And then I'm like, wait a second. Background stream prop. How cool is that? It's like people who collect vinyls. Yeah. And I have plans to eventually finish my basement. And I don't know what the streaming setup is going to look like down there. I would love to have one. And I would love to have props too. Because you guys don't really see... You guys on the live stream, you guys see this. On Mousecast, which isn't the prettiest. It's quite busy, and this is my wife's stuff. My side is this. Keyboards, Legos, some books, and then, of course, all the mice. So I gotta figure out something. Oh, and then, like, there's all my boxes. So the boxes would also make a half-decent backdrop, but I need to do something with them. I cannot believe that Elo... was living in a, he said 18 square meter apartment. At first I was like, wait a second. 18 square meters, conversion in my head. Multiply 18 by 3. Wait, it's squared. And it's like 3.28 feet in a meter, so times 3.28 times 3.28. It's like, that's not much. Did he misspeak? No, dude. Literally only 193 square feet. That's just nuts. Yeah, keyboards are another good one to keep the boxes for because like shipping them safely. Mice don't even matter as much as keyboards, but keyboard boxes are bigger. Keyboards are also worth more generally, or at least like the custom stuff. I don't know. I feel bad for Elo, dude. He's got so much on his plate. Man, should I move to Norway? I'll move in next door to Elo, and we'll just do mouse testing and stuff. I'll help him with his tribology tester thing, and maybe writing some like combine my mouse mouser spreadsheet with his work. He has way more than me though. It's a very one-sided relationship. He would be the one settling. This already feels so much better. The white is sanding down quite nicely. I'm actually very pleased with this. You know, the yellow sanded down nicely too. The texturing too, I never talked about the texturing. It just feels, it feels more slippery than a GPX. It feels kind of like the MCHO's G3, where it's like a textured, but it has like a dryness to it that is like not grippy with dry hands. Maybe with wet hands it would be good. If you go to Norway, take a microscope with you. I know, dude. I'll take everything with me. Poor guy. I'm serious, dude. I need to like find. I should ask ChatGPT what YouTubers are sponsored by companies that make microscopes, and then reach out on Elo's behalf. Or probably no, not on his behalf. I'll probably send him the info and have him reach out. Because having a good microscope for pictures is important. None of the cheap Amazon crap or, you know, alternatively, I think in Norway he could probably get stuff from AliExpress, but none of that. Plus, I think the big thing for him is you want it to be repeatable. So I recommended getting a stand for the microscope because the focusing is like really difficult because it, you know, just move at a tiny, I don't know, on your phone. If you guys have one of those like 100x zoom phones that are out now, like try holding that shit steady without optical image stabilization. It's impossible. And like without autofocus too. So having a, you know, a stand with a little fine adjust knob is definitely important. And you want it to be repeatable too, where he just sets the focus, locks it in, keeps it plugged into his computer, and just puts one pad after the next taking photos. For him, he needs, it's a little bit of like production efficiency. He needs, because the volume he's dealing with. I don't think, like, how many, like, can anyone go on his database right now and see how many mice he has? I want to say it's something like, was it like 900 the last time I looked? For mice. For mouse pads, I don't know what the number is. But it doesn't matter. Anytime you do anything one time, it's like, okay. You do something 5 times, and it's like you're probably going to do it the same way as you did it one time, maybe with a couple improvements that you just do off the cuff. But once you're like overdoing something 20 times, let's say you're going to do, have you guys ever cut snowflakes before, like out of paper snowflakes, you know, with scissors? I'm sorry, this is on my mind because I saw a video of it today. If you were to do paper snowflakes, one of them, you know, you just kind of wing it and you're like, yeah, it's good or bad, I don't really care. But if you're going to do 20 of them, you know, you're probably going to, then you have to ask your question, like, how do I do 20 of them quickly? Do I cut them all at the same time? Or do I have scissors that are strong enough to cut 20 at a time? Can I only do 5 at a time? Am I going to do all 20 the same? Do I want them to be different? If I want them to be different, you know, if I have to cut them in batches anyway, do I want 4 different ones? How do I make them consistent all the way across? Like, if I'm hand cutting them, should I draw on a stencil? Should I cut one, use that as the stencil, and for all the others? And that's just at 20. Now bump up that number to like 200. Now you're talking like you really want to think about how to increase efficiency. So I'm a mechanical engineer, but a segment of engineering that it has to do with a lot of efficiency optimization will be called manufacturing engineering or industrial engineering, and it'll usually be like they focus on like process optimizations. It can be everything from like, so again, cutting a snowflake. Let's say you employ people who cut paper snowflakes because, I don't know, you're living on the North Pole. You want to make sure that they have the right scissors for the job, that they are at workstations where they are comfortable and aren't having medical problems, or that they can be comfortable and stay working there for I don't want to make this sound bad, but like for a long period of time comfortably, you know, because they are going to be spending a lot of time there. You know, you want to have their raw stock of paper right next to their completed paper so they can move things, you know, they don't have to hand it off to somebody, or maybe it is more efficient to hand it off to somebody in some regard. And anyway, yeah, industrial engineering. I have a friend who went to my university. He was in my friend group until a girl came along and blew up that friend group. And he studied industrial engineering, and now he's at Ford or Stellantis, one of the automotive OEMs. Joel Doge did it when he used to make reviews, but maybe for ELO shapes, it's a volume issue. What kind of spongeless brush is that? I'm trying to glossify somebody, says Schwamper. Yo, good to see. I love how Schwamper comes in chat and he's always like, yo, this is just some dollar store sponges that have like a Brillo pad on the one side, but the Brillo pad, it's not as aggressive as... Do I have like a proper Brillo pad? I don't think I do. I might have moved it. I'm smart. So this is rather soft. Like, it's not like... But the thing is, Schwamper, this, I notice if I do it to... white plastics, for whatever reason, they tend to be more powdery. You know, Schwamper, have you noticed different colored plastics behaving a little bit differently? So when I do this to black plastics, I get a bunch of like scuff marks. You see what I just did with my fingernail there? I get a ton of that if I were to... I don't want to actually sand this mouse because I don't know if I'm selling it. Oh, cool. Those are not going away, are they? Well, yeah, if I do this to black, like, you'll see them. Maybe that has to do with, like, when you score it, some of the black is exposing some, like, other colors, or, like, scraping plastic kind of turns it white so that makes it more visible. I don't know. But then when you sand white, it sands, like, much more smoothly, and it doesn't feel so scored. I don't know, man. This actually feels so much better now. I need to keep going on the main buttons and up here. So these are just from the dollar store. It was like I don't know where you live. I know you're US based, but I assume I have a Dollar Tree near me, so that's what I use. Dollar Tree is like a life hack for certain things. It's definitely can kind of be convenient story, especially since they're not $1 anymore flat, where, you know, they sell like, you can get like mouthwash at the dollar store, but the portion you get, the fluid ounces, are not, you know, the volume you get is not competitive if you were to just buy a bigger thing from Target. Not to mention the quality is usually poor, but there are a few things that are really good. These sponges, again, I got like... It was like a 15... I couldn't believe it. It's like a 15 stack of these for $1.25. Gloves. Work gloves. I have a ton of gardening gloves. And, you know, it's like you're pulling weeds in the backyard and you come across poison ivy and you pull poison ivy with gloves, and I just throw them out because they're $1. I'm not putting that through my wash and, like, risking getting poison ivy on myself or my wife or my dog. What else is good at the dollar store? They have like a tool section now, but it's not very good. They used to have glass screen protectors. I did a glass screen protector on my Galaxy S23 Ultra the other night. I did one that... Okay, so stupid thing is they have this under-screen fingerprint scanner, right? So on all these glass screen protectors, you have two options for screen protectors, glass or plastic. The plastic ones are nice. They're clean. They have a little cutout for the camera. Cool. The glass one, but the thing is they feel, you know, plastic screen protectors feel rubbery, and that's one thing I don't like. Glass ones have like a circle If you buy look up glass screen protectors for the S23 Ultra. They have a stupid circle here. I don't know. It's like a raised thing because maybe they need thicker glass for the ultrasonic. I believe under screen fingerprint sensors are ultrasonic. Whatever. It's like raised and it looks like shit. You have like a polka dot on your phone screen at all times. It's not part of the display. It's just like part of the screen protector. So there's like 2 screen protectors in existence that are glass but don't have that. One of them is like $48 on Amazon. It's called Dome something and people rave about it, but like I'm not spending $48 on a screen protector. I bought the phone for like the phone goes for like $350. The screen protector is not going to be a seventh of the price of the phone. So the alternative is you buy resin. Okay? So this screen protector, this glass that's on here has no adhesive on it. You buy a kit. It comes with resin, like a little bottle. It's kind of like super glue where you have to like crack the seal and then you pour it on and then you take the glass and you just plop it on and you'll see the liquid like expand out to all the edges and kind of grow outward. And I got a couple bubbles on it, so I'd like push the bubbles out. And then once it's on, and then it's UV curing, like, you know, fingernail polish. So it came with this goofy ass little UV lamp. And it's like, you have to do this for 5 minutes, then you have to do this for 5 minutes, then you have to go over here for 5 minutes, and the top for 5 minutes. That part kind of sucked. And especially since I think you can overcook UV resins, at least I have with my 3D printer before, where they go from, it goes from like liquid to a gel to hard, and then if you overcure it, it gets like crackled. It gets like brittle. Sorry, I'm like really going off on a tangent. I don't know if you guys just want to see me talk about mice, but I'm just sanding away. So anyway, I love it. It was $20 for a 2-pack, and honestly, it's like kind of intimidating doing a resin. You don't want to mess it up. The bubbles can kind of suck, but after doing it now, bro, one thing that's really nice, if your factory screen, not your screen protector, but the actual display is all scratched, when you put the resin on it, it fills in the gaps. Like, have you ever take your phone or something that's scratched, that's glass, or like your car windshield or your car clear coat. When you put water on it, the scratches vanish because the water fills in the cracks, right? The resin does that. So like my screen looks amazing. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Also, like the static friction is like incredibly low. To the point where like I was pressing and holding icons to rearrange them and it thought I was moving my finger a little bit. You have to be like very, but I do like this way more than rubber screen protectors. So, oh, I need to switch to, I'm not getting all the chat notifications. Sorry, here we go. My ink says, oh yeah, I've used UV cured phone protector too. It's usually done for curved screens. The phone shops have nail curing bed replica too. Yeah, usually it'll just be like a little, that little UV strip that I saw. I can show you guys. I can plug it in real quick. So again, UV is slightly shorter wavelength than, what's the shortest wavelength? Opposite Roy G. Biv, violet, right? Oh, there you guys go. I'm like gonna break my phone screen. Oh wait, does this work like a black light? Can I illuminate something? Can I illuminate how I shrouded on my chair? I can! Guys, I shrouded on my chair. It was actually a cream filling from an Oreo. Did I shroud on my desk at all? No. Anyway. The reason why you see the blue UV, I don't think we can detect usually, but these LEDs, my understanding is these LEDs, you know, they're not targeting a very specific wavelength. You know, it's kind of a bell curve wavelength. So so they still emit visible light. At least that's my understanding. So yeah, the UV curing beds are just like this. Does it show anything? Do I have any? It's kind of like a black light. Do I have anything cool to show? I don't think I do. Like, that sticker kind of glows. Oh, you guys can't see crap. The phone picks it up more than... Yeah, in person, it's, like, more bluish. Okay, I think I bored you guys enough with this. Oh, it gets warm. Happens on cars too. White is easier to maintain than black. Yeah. Another thing that I like doing about sanding, and if there's any glossy parts, I'll usually take them off. I might try to glossify the side buttons because these are actually pretty obnoxious how textured they are. But usually if there's like a piano glossy portion, I'll mask that off. I did not mask this one off because I guess I don't really care. I'm going to be sad when Zaopin releases like a Pro Max version of this that has a coating and like a better, you know, a lower weight, like a 4-gram lower weight with a smaller PCB and better colors. That's what I'm really afraid of. No colors. Or better colors. I'm really bummed. You guys know the Aula X9? Look it up if you haven't seen it yet. It's Aula X9. It's a Sora-like that comes in some wild colors. I got the gold and red. It's like a marbled, you know, like resin bowling balls, how they're kind of marbled and swirled? Yeah, it's cool. There's a white and black and a silver and white. The silver and white also looks really cool. Anyway, mine, I ordered one back on New Year's Day, and it hasn't come yet. And the seller, I finally reached out to them and been like, hey, where's this at? Because tracking says it shipped. And they were like, yeah, you're going to have to wait a while. And I messaged them back saying, what's a while? Like, am I going to wait a week? Am I going to wait 2 months? Like, I don't need you to commit to a date. I'm not going to do that to you. But, like, let's see if they said anything. No. I said, do you at least have an estimate? A week? A month? 5 months? I need to know if I should reorder. Yeah. So I guess I might just straight up reorder because I do really want the mouse. It's weird. I'm like chasing a Sora-like that I'll actually love because Sora-likes, I typically don't love I mean, it's a good shape and it's fine. But like Mcho's L7 Plus is pretty much endgame for a Sora shape. However, the WL Mouse Strider on Elo shapes, it looks like a Sora-like, but in hand, to me, it just does not feel that way. I feel so much more locked in on the Strider. I love the Strider. But like my Strider with grip tape and everything on it, it's like 52, 53 grams. It's not light for a hollow magnesium mouse. So I am after the ever elusive Strider clone. Let me know if you guys ever know of one. I feel like I'll probably be the first to know. I'll break the news on Mousecast being like, guys, a Strider clone, look. And then somebody will DM me and be like, hey, look, this guy found a Strider clone. And it's literally me. I got a CR Draco KO1. I don't even know how to say that company name. I've been saying CR Draco. But they only had black in stock. I'm kind of sad about it. Oh, did you get it in, Schwamper? Have you actually received it in, or are they not shipping for... I thought they weren't shipping for a while. Don't better Zaopins already exist? Yeah, they do. Like all the Z2 Mini that I have has a really good coating. The ZPW is really good. All right, I think I've sanded this enough. I'm gonna give this a quick little rinse. I'm so glad I started streaming because my brother-in-law, he texted me at around 5 o'clock an hour ago saying, I just need to do a couple things then I'll head over. And I was like, you know, he's usually the one making their family late for things. He's on his way now? Oh, why didn't he text me? Okay. Oh. Okay, well. I guess I never asked for a text. Okay, well. I'm probably going to have to cut the live stream short then. But at least you guys got a disassembly of it. Because I will do... I'm not going to have time to solder. Anyway, I was about to say, I'm glad I started live streaming because he hasn't even texted me that he's on his way. He's literally on his way. I wanted that white translucent Zaopin, but it's out of stock everywhere. White translucent Zaopin? Oh, the Z1 non-pros? Yeah. I guess that's a choice. Not my choice, but... Man, I could live stream my brother and I fixing a ice maker. No, I wouldn't do that. I think it would be very boring, and also I don't think he would want that. Nor would I expect him to. But mostly it would just be boring. And I mean, you guys get bored enough when man, sometimes on Mousecast, I feel like, personally, guys, I feel like this Mousecast episode was a bit too slow. When I was doing the timestamps, as I do every week, the vibe check, I was like, Phalanges, you did not ask very good questions. Elo Shapes did a great job. And I just did not do the best job staying on track. But there's a little bit of discovery that goes along with it, too, you know? I think you guys who watch my live streams understand a little bit better that, like, the amount of production quality that goes into Mousecast, which isn't much. I mean, I try, but I'm not very good. Case in point, Mousecast was an hour and a half, or an hour late today. Elo was literally waiting around for an hour. You guys want to know why? Because I didn't wake up to my alarms. And in the past, when that has happened, I've had Daz to give me a phone call. And he was... I didn't even say in the pod where Daz was, but he had problems with his kids not sleeping. And then he texted me the night before being like, hey, a work thing came up, and I'm going to have a hard stop before 9 because of some product launch or something. Anyway... Z1 just for the looks. Wait, weren't you going to do a car? Too bad Mousecast Live is always at nighttime for me. Yeah, I know. In a perfect... yeah. I'm surprised at how much viewership we get anyway. Live. But yeah, I know. If it were up to me, I would do it at like 8 p.m. on a weeknight. I would like eat dinner and then go get prepped. But Daz has kids that have a pretty late bedtime. Well, I think it's a late bedtime in combination with they have a hard time falling asleep. So he's lamented how their bedtime ritual, particularly with his oldest, I mean, maybe Daz can correct me here, but I think it's much longer than she's just kind of high needs right now. Just in an age where she's high needs. It's no fault of Daz's or anything. It's just being a parent is tough. So for him, his like free time, you know, he'll spend all day working and stuff, and then his free time is like 10:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. How's my framing? Am I in frame? Oh, I am. Okay. Probably gonna have to hit that one again. I don't know what switches I'm gonna do, guys. I get the vibe that Omron opticals are not going to feel great on this mouse. I can't tell you why. There's just something about the clicks feeling kind of soft, where I feel like I need a harsher switch. My soldering pump is going to get clogged. Okay. Is there any way I can get that mod kit for Rappu VT2 Gen 2 that is for fingertip? I couldn't find it at all. It's so it's a 3D printed a guy DM'd me saying that he downloaded the step files or the STL files, something like that, before Rappu took it down. Because I don't know if I clarified it on a later Mousecast that it was an open source project that Rappu did. And apparently they might have more open source stuff coming too. DM me just a ghost on Discord, or at me or something on the Discord server, and I will forward you his contact and homie's contact info. Yeah, you're talking about the one, it was called like Nirvana, right? And they did like the crazy translucent looking thing. It's pretty cool. Oh, I missed. Isn't this 3311? Why waste Omron opticals on it? No, this is 3395, brother. Look at the sensor lens. There's a 3395 version that's called the Pro. There's a Z11, the Z11 Pro. The Z11 Pro, it's such a shame. It's like double the price. I was tempted. I was like, you know, if this is a cheap mouse, I'm gonna regret getting the Z. Because I mean, eggs are fun. I do like using eggs. I don't aim well with them, but I do like using them at work. But I was like, trust in Zaopin. Every Zaopin release has got cumulatively better. And unfortunately, they've kind of regressed. And not regressed in terms of like that they're not capable. I just think they chose to do a very budget release. Bummer. What time are we at? 6:11. Sure. It's like 160 yuan. Z1 Pro is 200 yuan. Yeah, check. I mean, USD prices, man. I'm telling you, 3311 before coupons was like $18. And there were like mega coins too. It was like $18, and I think it was like 20-30% off with coins. It would have been like after coins cash back everything, it would have been like under $10 for a 3311, and I paid 29 for this. I reached out to McHose about their headset, the V9 Turbo. I would love to try another headset. Man, I was rocking my headset like this on a live stream not that long ago. It's a little bit weird because I'm gonna bop the mic in front of my mouth, but it's nice taking off the headphones and not being so like in my head with sounds, especially when it comes to like trying to hear my wife if she needs my help with the baby or something. Okay, I'm going to straight up just cut out, I'll take a picture of this F switch encoder, but I'm going to straight up cut it out because it's garbage. I mean, it's not garbage, it's like, hang on, let me test the tactility. Give it a number out of 10 as I like to do. So TTC golds are usually 6 to 8 range. This is maybe like a 6 out of 10 tactility. The thing is, it's a large wheel, so like the encoder itself is actually decently tactile. The encoder is probably like a 7, maybe even 8 out of 10 tactility, but the larger wheel makes it feel less notchy. Your mic becomes really poppy when you put it around your neck. Oh, does it? Thank you, Mayank. I didn't know that. Maybe it's see, technically proper mic placement is at the corner of your mouth. You don't want it directly in your mouth, because directly in your mouth you're gonna have problems with plosives sounds. Okay. I actually bought the McHose V8 Pro waiting for it to... Oh, did you mean V9? Is there... I don't know M-Choice's headsets. Is there a V8? Should I have asked for a different version? Probably. Alright, let's cut this out. You can get these from... I got these from AliExpress. I got like a 10 pack for pretty cheap, because the jaws do wear out over the time. They're called flush cutters. Also called nippers, but that's, I think, a derogatory term for a Vietnamese person. So we're going to call them flush cutters. 11mm F-switch, black cover, black core. And we're going to try to grab I cut off the main support, so let's just toast the 3 center pins and then give it a yank. If I didn't do live streaming, I would probably consider a proper condenser mic setup for Mousecast. But it's really nice being able to walk over here. I suppose I could have a dual setup. I could have a headset and a... but whatever. And then just switch inputs. That's probably what I should do. I don't know, man. The last condenser mic I tried, which was a fine, like a pretty decent fine mic, and I was disappointed with it. That I used for a mouse cast around, I don't know which number it was, but it was around August time frame. V9 Pro, just making mistakenly. Why do you call them McHose? Because I read them as Mchos. Because my ink is funny. Bro, it's McHose. Like Chicken McNugget. McHose. Open headset would help with ear pressure too. Yeah, I know. But again, I don't, like, I'm very adverse to spending money on anything. So, and in a perfect world, I want a wireless headset with a really good mic, open back ear cups, wireless charging, and oh, I would love the mic to be a tilt to mute mic. I would love it to be a tilt to mute mic. And I care way more about battery life than other things. But if it's a magnetic charging dock, like honestly, remembering to plug in the headset is really annoying. I wish it was magnetic charging. Yeah. Okay, that my dog's barking. That might be. I might have to dip here. Cool. That actually worked. How's my framing when I stand up? Oh, I'm totally in the frame when I'm here. Okay, cool. There we go. Oh, I had something sell on eBay too. You know, I don't understand. Why do people message me? Can any of you guys explain this to me? eBay, I have offers enabled on a mouse, and a guy still DMs me. Like, it's pretty frequent I still get DM'd about, would you take X number? Like, if you're being declined because of the because the minimum amount, then the answer is no. You know? I don't know, what do I have? I have the red chain, the Dharma Shark M2 listed at I think $70, and he's asking if I'd take 50. Yeah, that's definitely not at the threshold. I probably put the threshold at like 30. Just because I avoid people who like ultra low ball. Would I take 50? 50's a little low. I don't know what the market rate is though for the... I know the new ones, they're like $100 plus 10% off on Amazon right now, so maybe 50 is reasonable. I feel like I like the mouse, that was the problem. It's just that I have too many. I'll probably counter the guy at 60, and if he doesn't come up, like, maybe minimum I'll take is like 57. 50's a little low though. After everything, I'm only going to get like 40 bucks for it. Okay. Encoder. Encoders. Enchoders. New. Alright, henceforth, they're going to be called enchoders. Oh, I'm such a child. I saw a meme once that was like this woman complaining about how men are so immature, or then this guy grabs the phone and is like, don't you see men's maturity peaked at age 12? It's like, yeah, that's pretty much about right. That one feels nice. And I just got more Alps encoders, so whoa, that is a notchy, brother. Holy smokes. Damn, son. That's a notchy boy. That might be too notchy. I like that one. I'm gonna go with that one. Alps encoders, man, they're cheap too. Yeah, whenever they pop up, well, not whenever. Whenever I need them though, I then, like, I'll be getting low, I'll have, you know, 2 or 3 left, And I'll start checking keeping on AliExpress for when they're 60% off with coins. And then when they do, your boy buys like 10 of them. And this is 11 millimeter. Let me just double check. For some reason, I'm like sketched out right now. I feel like. Oh, am I not in the frame? I'm like over here. Yeah. Good job, phalanges. Ooh. That's tight, huh? Should I switch out that middle mouse? I said I was going to. I guess I should see what I have that's tall enough. Oh, that's not fully melted. That would help, huh, phalanges? McHose, LOL. He's probably here by now, right? Melt, solder, melt. Yeah, it's hot enough. Why you no melt? Why you no melt? Oh, okay, he's here. Okay, I gotta take the stream down, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching. I'll finish the Zaopin Z11 at a future date and time. I'll be posting pictures to Reddit too, so there you guys go. Thanks for hanging out. Just a Ghost, My Ink, Schwamper, all you regulars. Y'all are great. Also the people who are just lurking. Appreciate you all. Bye.